The Man Who Helped Jesus Carry the Cross. Stories by Anna. And Inner Fire Motivation TV. He thought it was just another day in Jerusalem, until soldiers forced him to carry a cross. What Simon of Cyrene did not know was that one painful walk beside Jesus would change his family forever. Welcome to Inner Fire Motivation TV, where faith, courage and truth come alive through story. Please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe so more hearts can be encouraged. Tonight's story is about Simon of Cyrene, the man who helped Jesus carry the cross. But this is not only about the cross. It is also about what may have happened after, because sometimes one moment with Jesus can change generations. The city of Jerusalem was crowded that morning. People pushed through the streets. Voices echoed loudly. Roman soldiers marched through the dust, and Simon of Cyrene had just arrived from far away. Simon was not expecting trouble. He was probably thinking about his family, his sons. Getting home safely, the Bible tells us Simon had 2 sons, Alexander and Rufus. Maybe they were waiting for him back home. Maybe they wondered why he had not returned yet. Then suddenly, everything changed. The soldiers grabbed Simon from the crowd. "You!" they shouted. "Carry it!" Before Simon could even answer, a heavy wooden cross was placed on his shoulders. At first, Simon may have felt confused, angry even. Why him? Why today? Why should he carry a criminal's cross? But then Simon looked at Jesus, and something happened in that moment. Jesus was bruised, bleeding, exhausted, yet his eyes held something Simon could not explain. Not hatred, not anger, but love, deep, quiet love. So Simon lifted the cross. Step by step, he walked beside Jesus through the crowded streets. People shouted, some cried, others mocked. Simon stayed there, close to Jesus, close enough to hear him breathe, close enough to see his pain, close enough to witness grace. And maybe that walk changed Simon forever. The Bible later mentions Simon's sons again, Alexander and Rufus. Years later, the followers of Jesus seemed to know their names. Why? Perhaps because Simon went home and told his family everything. Maybe that night around the table, Simon sat quietly for a long time. And finally Rufus asked, "Father, what happened today?" Perhaps Simon looked at his sons with tears in his eyes and whispered, "I carried his cross." Maybe Alexander listened carefully as Simon described Jesus. The kindness in his eyes, the peace in his voice, the love he showed even while suffering, and perhaps that moment changed the whole family, not just Simon, but Alexander, Rufus, and others too, because sometimes one encounter with Jesus can change an entire home. One moment of obedience can touch generations. Message for children. Simon did not wake up planning to help Jesus, but when the moment came, he carried the cross. Sometimes kindness begins with helping someone through a difficult moment. And sometimes the small things we do can change lives forever. Reflection moment. Imagine Simon years later, older now, watching his sons grow and remembering the day he walked beside Jesus. Perhaps he realized something beautiful. The cross he once carried for a stranger became the story his family would never forget. If this story touched your heart, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more inspiring Bible stories. And remember, one moment with Jesus can change everything. This is Stories by Anna and Inner Fire Motivation TV, where faith keeps the fire burning.